What's up, guys? Kelly McKay here, aka HVAC Millionaire, right here on YouTube. Be sure to subscribe to my channel, hit that notification bell, hit the like button, and leave me a comment below. I want to talk to you about a few statistics because we're just starting the new year. I mean, it's day 5, like January 5th when I'm recording this. I may not get it up till tomorrow on the 6th, but we're 5 days into the year already. So already we're at 360 days left to make our dreams come true, to hit those goals, to hit those targets that we set for ourselves. And I'm sure that, and I hope that you've set some goals for yourself, some New Year's resolutions. But here are some statistics when it comes to, and I just did a quick search on Google for this, but it's astounding. 23% within the first week of getting all excited and maybe even telling other people about these things, these wonderful things that we want to do in our lives or change in our lives so that we can improve the quality of our life in some way. In just 7 days, 23% of people have either forgotten about their goal or stopped even talking about it, taking steps towards the attainment of that goal. So a quarter of the people are out of the race by the end of this weekend. So think about that. The next statistic is by the end of January, close to 50%, not quite, but close to 50%, stopped taking steps towards the attainment of that goal that they said that they wanted, that was so important to them. I want to give you a couple of steps that are really easy, that will help you stay on track, stay focused, continue to keep it top of mind, and be conscious and aware of your actions and behaviors so that you can remind yourself, because we need to be reminded. We all need to be reminded to keep moving forwards, to keep moving towards the things that we say we want. So just by writing your goals down, you are 39% more likely to attain those goals just by writing them down. So if you haven't taken the time out of your day during the new year, or now is a good time as any to get some pen and paper out and actually write this down. You could type it on your computer. Just be sure to print it because you're going to want to refer to that later. So what I did was I just took, and I did this last year too. I've got my old cards. Actually, I think I put them away. I think I put them in a drawer or something. But anyhow, I just took, and I've got a few different categories. So I'll share the categories that I used. So contributions. So it's what I want to give, this year. So I took a 3x5 card down, wrote that down. My mission and purpose, I wrote that down just to remind myself, this is what I'm striving for. This is who I want to show up in the world as. This is what I want to accomplish with anybody that I serve. And then fun time, just recreational activities, hobbies. Like I've wrote some goals for that. So hopefully you'll write some goals down for yourself as well. Net worth. That could be your career, you could say, or if there's a certification or something that's going to advance your career, or if it's just flat out like the amount of income that you want to earn. Like, what is your goal for that? Write it down. Like I said, 39% more likely for that goal to come true just by writing it down. Here's another really crazy statistic that's just hard to believe. But people with written goals are typically earn 5 times the amount of money than people who do not write their goals down. So it's not enough to just know, like, I know what I want, and to focus and think about what you want. You've got to write it down, because when you write it down, it takes it from in here, which is immaterial. And when you write it down, now it actually brings it into the physical world, right? So write your goals down. 5 times the income you can earn just by having written goals. The next is health and fitness. I wrote down something for that. And then I've got relationships. And I kind of split my relationships up. I just did a relationship for me and my spouse, and then I did a friends one. So I got some goals for friends as well. And then purchases. This could be whatever it is that you want to purchase this year. So I just made one for purchases. And then we're back to contributions. So those are my categories. You can pick whatever categories you want. You could have something in, contributions could be like legacy. Of course, relationships, friends, family, other relatives, your team, maybe if you own a business and you have a team, whatever it is that you want. Okay, so Take the time to write it down. It's highly worth it. And then what you're going to do is you're going to review those goals once in the morning, once in the evening, preferably daily. If you don't get to it daily, just make it to where you at least see it once a week. At least just remind yourself to become aware of what you want, and then to become aware of because when you're aware, I guess, when you're aware of what you want, well, then you're able to see more opportunities. So keep it to the forefront. You've got to remind yourself, you've got to review these goals after you write them down. You could write them down in your phone as well, just in notes, but you better set a timer to remind yourself to look at them periodically. So one other statistic that I wanted to share with you is I already shared the 39% more likely to attain your goals just by having them written, but here's a crazy one. If you want to double your likelihood of actually getting your goals this year, find somebody to hold you accountable. Whoever that is, who you can trust, who you can share your goals with. I'm all about sharing goals, because when you share it with somebody else, well, then they can kind of look out for you. Like if an opportunity arises, hey, I met this person, you need to meet Kelly, right? So like they can actually introduce me to them. Or if I'm looking to purchase something and I shared that with somebody, like here's what I'm looking for, well, then if they happen to see something, they can notify me and let me know. So I'm all about sharing goals. I don't believe that it really deflates the goal in any way. It actually expands your capacity, because now it's not just you who knows about the goal, it's other people. But it's also a good way to be held accountable. When you tell somebody else, I'm going to do this and I need some help. There's going to be times where I'm not going to feel like doing what I know I need to do in order to accomplish that. Will you help me? That can be an incredible benefit for you, especially when we're talking about health goals and you want to go to the gym. If you got somebody who's waiting on you to get to the gym, you're more likely to go. So whatever it takes, guys, I want to help you along the way. I can tell you, first and foremost, before you set these goals and you start actually taking some steps towards getting to them, I can tell you that the first step before any of this will work is we have to take responsibility for our lives. So there was an equation that I learned years ago, and I'm going to continue to share it until the day I die, which is E plus R equals O. Events plus response equals outcome. Well, events happen in the world, and events are just going to do events. Like an event might be the wind blew and knocked over something outside, then it broke. Well, the winds, that's an event. The wind blew. I can't stop the wind from blowing. But next time, maybe I could move that thing that fell over and broke somewhere else where it's out of the wind, where it's going to be blocked. Maybe I could move it indoors so that wouldn't happen. So that would be me changing my response to an event to get a different outcome. If before the wind blew it over and broke it, and I buy a new one, well, maybe I move that inside to where it's protected from the wind. I change my response and I get a new outcome. My thing doesn't get broken. So it's simple things like that. E plus R equals O. It's just about taking responsibility. Responsibility. Think of it as two words. It's your ability to respond to the things that are happening, because you cannot stop all things from happening. But the way you respond to those events will directly impact your outcome. And that includes your outcome towards the attainment of your goal. So be sure to take some time out of your busy schedule and sit down, determine exactly what it is you want in some different categories that are important to you, and write them down and be sure to review them. So love you guys. Happy New Year. Go make money. Boom.